doing pretty good in the tournament so far. Seeing very good movement and play from both of them. Looks like we're about to get undergo here with greens. Level 1, pretty standard stuff, mainly just trying to move right and consistently moving. You don't want to slow down at all during this level if you can help it. Also going to be seeing decent lag management from the runners. There's a lot of sprites on screen in this section, and it can cause quite a lot of slowdown. Alright, we got Poppy Bros here. Poppy Bros can either give us a bomb or a little dance. We'll see if either of the runners are going to get the dance. Looks like we got a dance from Loz and from Sly. Not optimal RNG, but hey, seeing the same RNG from both players isn't bad. Keeps them in the same spot. Alright. Second section here has a lot of sprites, a lot of double enemies as well. So you want to make careful with your damage boost through here, as well as try to just cancel out as many sprites as you can. Looks like Sly pulling ahead a little bit there. Loz is going to have to play it safe. He's down to 1 health, but that shouldn't be a problem for the Wispy fight. Both making their way through the climb here. Alright, we got Sly heading into Wispy. Wispy can either give us wind or apples. We want apples. Looks like Sly getting 2 wind cycles in the beginning. Oh, a lot of wind there. That was definitely not great RNG from Wispy. But that's alright. Doesn't lose too much time. See if Loz is going to get any better RNG. Alright, Sly is heading out of Wispy. Looks like Loz got a little bit better RNG than Sly, but didn't change the time too much. Alright, we're heading into Castle Lolo here. This section has some interesting boss fights and some platforming, but not too much lag management, luckily. Most of the rooms are pretty small and don't have too many sprites, so it's not as much of an issue. You'll see both players avoiding the bomb and the microphone. Both of those will allow you to kill enemies. The microphone kills everyone on screen, bomb kills the ones you shoot, but it causes a lot of lag, which just loses quite a bit of time. In this Lolo mini fight, you want to see Lolo on the top rows if you can. It will allow you to get slightly faster cycles here. Sly missed a shot there, unfortunately. Alright, Loz also done with the mini fight there, mini boss fight. Sly about to make his way into the Lolo Lala fight now. If you get good patterns here where they are on the rows right above and below each other, you can actually get double hits on these enemies, but it's pretty tight. We're going to see Sly going for one there. Yep, got the double hit. That helps save a cycle, which saves quite a bit of time in this section. These cycles are pretty long. Loz going for the double hit, but unfortunately just didn't quite have the lineup for it. Sly heading out of Castle Lolo. Loz unfortunately taking a hit there, trying to get the box. Sly heading into Floaty Islands now. Floaty Islands is one of the hardest tracks in this whole run. There is just a ton of enemies in pretty much every single section, and there's a lot of more advanced platforming in this stage. You can actually fall off the screen below the water there, which will cause Kirby to die, which is very unfortunate, and also easier to do than you think. So you gotta be careful in the water. Also on land, there's just tons of enemies. You want to just do as much lag management as you can. Sly going into the cave here, getting pretty good movement so far. Going for the swag bounce. We're almost hitting that Gordo, but just making it out of there. Sly going for that top row there. The top row for both of those block sections is slightly faster. Loz accidentally getting the microphone, but that's alright. Only loses about a second. Sly opting for curry strats here. The curry here actually loses a little bit of time because it causes so much slowdown, but it is definitely a significantly safer strat. Loz making their way through the cave right now as Sly's heading up to Kabula. Laz opting to go around the curry in order to save a little bit of time there. Alright, Sly's going into Kabula. They got 4 health, so they're probably going to play it pretty close here. Looks like they're playing close to mid-range. Trying to avoid those shots, given that they only got 4 health, but with 4 health, you can boost through most of them without too much worry, so they made pretty quick work of that fight. Laz now heading into Kabula as Sly heads into Bubbly Clouds. Sly's got 4 health, Laz has 4 health, so they're probably going to take it pretty close with Kabula as well. Sly going through this first part of Bubbly Clouds. This section has a lot of very tight platforming. There's a lot of really tight jumps that you can go for that save like a second or so. This room, on the other hand, you can just hold right through this whole room and then duck at the end, and you're through the room. Or take the enemy, same thing. This room has a ton of lag, so you'll notice Sly is trying to cancel out and kill most of the enemies. Missed the shot on that Waddle Doo, unfortunately, but that's alright. Only loses like half a second. Laz now making it into Bubbly Clouds as well. Both of the players got the half of that Starfree jump there, where they killed Starfree and jumped between the 2 of them. That's pretty tight. You can jump between all 3, but it is very, very precise. And loses a bit of time if you miss it. So this room Sly is in right now is probably my least favorite room in the game. It's just got so many flying enemies that are all over the place, and a lot of their movement is RNG based, so it's pretty hard to predict what you need to do going through there. You kind of just gotta fly by the seat of your pants. Alright, looks like Laz is heading into this difficult room as well. See if they are able to get through here damageless. So far doing very good job at getting rid of all the enemies. Sly had a pretty textbook Cracko Jr. fight. Nothing too crazy going on there. It's a scripted fight, so pretty well planned out. Laz having a little hold up in this room, but like I said, there's so many enemies that playing it safe here is not a bad idea, especially given they're only at 2 health. Alright, Sly making their way through the wall and onto the climb here. Laz in the Cracko Jr. fight. Again, just playing it safe, going into that corner. Nothing too exciting. Sly making their way through this curry room. This room can have quite a bit of lag. It can help to pulse the A button instead of just holding it down, but even then, it's pretty hard to mitigate lag in that room. Sly on their way up to the climb. Looks like Laz got the graphical glitch, which is fun to see. It puts Kirby's sprite into the background. It can make it pretty hard to see where you are, but Laz didn't seem to have any problems with that. Also going for the health pickup there, not a bad move. Only at 2 health, definitely safe strat there. Help not lose any more time, and getting that health pickup only loses like a second or 2. Alright, Sly is in Cracko now. Cracko is the big RNG gatekeeper for this run. So far, RNG's not been great. It's a little worse than average. You want a Waddle Dee at least like every 2 to 3 attacks. Cracko can do a lot of back and forth, or it can just give us lots of lemons. I'm seeing quite a bit of both here for Sly, unfortunately. Not getting great RNG. Been waiting on that Waddle Doo for a while. Laz heading into Cracko now as well. See if their RNG is going to be any better. If Laz gets really good RNG here, it could totally tie up the game. Fortunately, not looking that way so far. Sly is just making it out of Cracko with pretty mediocre RNG overall. But still keeping a lead on Laz. But as I said, RNG, big factor in this run. Depending on how it goes, this is still a very close game. Sly's getting decent RNG from Cracko. Definitely a little better than Sly's. So far, at least. Alright, Sly heading into the gauntlet of the run. Mount DDD. Gotta go through all these little platforming sections and refight all of those terrible bosses once again. So, getting good movement through that first section. Heading into the Lololala refight. Sly's still stuck on Cracko. Not getting good RNG here at the end. Unfortunately. Really had decent in the beginning, but getting pretty hosed here at the end. Alright, Sly looks like might be going for the double hit there. Just barely missed it, unfortunately. Alright, Laz finally done with Cracko and getting out of there. Sly done with the Lololala refight. Not the best RNG, but played very well and got all their cycles, didn't miss anything. Alright, Laz now joining us in Mount DDD. Only one refight behind. Really, this is still a very close race. RNG is going to play a big part in who is going to be getting into DDD first. Laz going into the Lolala refight. Had set up for double hits, but didn't go for the damage boost. Again, damage boosting to get the double hits in the Lolala fight is not too dangerous in the first fight, but in the refight, you don't get health refills, so you got to be pretty careful. Went for the double hit, went with the damage boost, got it, worth it. Was able to finish that up a cycle early, which is going to help them make up some time. Sly has been getting about average to mediocre RNG here. They've been getting a lot of these like every 3 to 4. Took a little damage there, but that's okay. Still got good health. Alright, and Sly is done with the Cracko fight as Laz enters his Cracko fight. Sly heading into the Kabula refight, getting the swag jump over the gap there. That's fun to see. Saves a little bit of time. We've got quite a bit of health, but still 2 down, so they might play a little far back for this Kabula fight. Sly is really not getting the RNG they were hoping for with this Cracko fight, unfortunately. Or Laz, excuse me. Sly going into Kabula now. Opting to play in mid-range. Backing up a little bit once the shots start. Probably a smart move, given they've only got 4 health and they've got some fights left to go. Getting the dive from Kabula, unfortunately. Laz just really getting held up here on Cracko. Not getting great RNG, but they only got 1 hit left, so. Sly heading into the Wispy refight here. Laz finally done with that Cracko fight. Heading into Kabula, looks like. Sly getting decent RNG here from Wispy. Getting a little wind in the middle there, but not too bad. Laz heading into this Kabula refight with 2 health. They're probably going to play pretty far back in order to try not to take any hits, because they're going to need to conserve their health here unless they want to take the intentional death in DDD. Alright, we got Sly going into DDD. DDD can do a range of attacks. We want to see a hammer or a jump, which is going to give us those stars we can use to do some damage. With the jumps, you can get double hits. You can actually get both of the stars and get 2 hits on DDD. I believe that is not intended. It is a glitch, and it is very, very precise. So far, Sly getting pretty good RNG for DDD here. Looks like Laz took the intentional death there in Wispy in order to get a health refill. Be going into the Wispy refight shortly. Sly getting pretty good RNG here from DDD. Decent amount of hammers and jumps. Getting a run there. With DDD, you want to stand as close to DDD as possible in order to get them to stop their attack animation as soon as possible. They will stop moving where Kirby was last standing when they start their animation. So the closer you stand, the faster this fight will be. Not getting good RNG here in the middle, though. They've gotten a lot of inhales and a lot of runs. This could give Laz a chance to catch up. Alright, Laz heading into DDD now as well. Sly getting a couple hits there. Missing that hit, taking the damage instead, unfortunately. Ooh, Laz just barely avoiding getting hit there. Going for the damage boost to get that star from Laz. Alright, Sly's down to 1 health and 1 health on DDD. Laz catching up a little bit here. This is going to be very close. This looks like this could be it for Sly. And that's it for Sly. Alright, let's see. It looks like Sly has an official time, SRL time, of 13:50. Definitely not a bad time for a race, especially given that RNG was not super kind this run to either of our runners. Laz playing an excellent game here, staying very close to Sly for most of that, catching up really well in the DDD fight especially. Laz has got an official SRL time of 14:18, so not even 30 seconds behind. Very close race. Super excited to see what the next race has in store for us. That was very tight. Both runners played very well throughout that whole race. So don't forget, stick around. We have at least one more race coming up. This is a best-of-3 tournament. So that means that if Laz takes the next race, then we'll have a 3-game tonight. If Sly takes it, then we'll have 2 games. So regardless, we got 1 more game left. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you stay tuned in. We should be going here with the next game in a few moments. Just give the runners a chance to take a sip of water and give their hands a break, and we'll be underway. Alright, looks like we are about to get race 2 underway here in just a moment. Alright, race 2 is underway. Going back to good old homeland of green greens. Nice little warm-up level. Both of our runners should be nice and warmed up now, so this race I'm hoping will be even closer than the last one, which was still a very good race. Yeah, both runners getting through that first section of green greens in essentially the same time. They're maybe second or half a second apart. It looks like Laz is about half a second faster right now. Poppy Bro dance could change that up. Let's see if we're gonna get a dance from either of these poppies. No dance from the Poppy Bros for either runner. That keeps them just about even for right now. With this section, there's gonna be tons of lag management. Like I said last time, there's a ton of sprites in this second section of green greens. So we'll see lots of stylish damage boosts from the runners. Both of the runners getting that jump synced up over the Poppy Bro on the cow there. That is a very tight jump to get over those double enemies, whether it be the Poppy Bro on the cow or the apples. It's a very tight window for that jump. Laz taking a little damage there on accident, but they should be okay. Wispy is not usually somewhere we take damage, but you never know. It's not that hard to get hit with an apple on accident. Sly has a slight lead on Laz right now. But it just about evened it up because Laz got better RNG from Wispy with no win, so they are pretty much neck and neck right now. As long as Laz doesn't take a death, they should be pretty much in the same spot when they get out of here. Looks like about a 3-second lead for Sly there, so they are neck and neck right now. Alright, Sly and Laz going into Cast Lolo here. Notice both players. Oh no, Laz accidentally fell with the microphone there. That loses a little bit of time, but at least they did not release the microphone. A lot of people, when they fall there, they panic and they accidentally release the mic instead of swallowing it. So that was a good recovery there from Laz for sure. Still very close. Only a few seconds behind still. Sly and Laz getting almost identical RNG. Sly's was slightly faster. Alright, we got both players making their way up through the rest of this level. Getting ready for that Lolo La fight. Alright, Sly got a good setup for double hits, just barely missing it, unfortunately. It's really hard to do without the damage boost. If you damage boost through it, it's significantly easier to get, but it also loses health. Both players getting very clean fights so far. Haven't seen any mistakes yet. Oh no, unfortunately Loz missed a cycle there. Almost able to make up that for that lost cycle, but just barely missed it. Alright. Sly and Loz both heading into floaty islands now. It looks like Sly's got about a 10-second lead right now, so it is still very close. See lots of interesting damage boosts in this stage, as well as just lag management, seeing which enemies the runners choose to destroy. Sly going for the boost off of that squid there, but just not having a little bit of trouble getting back on land. That can be a pretty tough jump to make, especially you'll see Loz here had an enemy in his mouth. I believe he was trying to hold that because it makes that jump a little bit more free to get back onto land. Sly making their way through the cave, going for that little swag bounce off the ledge. Going for top row again. Top row is fastest, after all. Loz also getting a little swag bounce there. Ooh, Loz almost hitting that Gordo, but everything's alright. Loz going for top row as well. Sly going for more curry strats through this part. Probably just a safe strat in order to make sure they have enough health for Kabula. Loz going for no curry, clutching it out. Alright, Sly is about to head into the Kabula fight here. He's got 4 health, which is the same as we saw last time. He'll probably play a mid-game once the shots start coming out. Looks like they're just gonna clutch it out. They're playing up close. They're saving the frames. They're not playing with this time. They're trying to get the best time they can from the looks of it. Loz only with 2 health, still playing super up close. Down to 1 health here. Oh no, and there's the death from Loz, unfortunately. Luckily, they can go right back into that Kabula fight, so really didn't lose that much time, but definitely unfortunate to see. It's very easy to take a death in this fight. It can be very hard to avoid all those shots, especially when playing up close like that. Sly going into Bubbly Clouds here. This is, like I said before, a bit of a difficult level in terms of the platforming. Also quite a bit of lag management in a handful of the rooms, especially this room right here. Can lag a ton with all the waddle-doos and their lemons. Loz also heading into Bubbly Clouds now as well, making their way through that first room. Both runners getting the double star free jump again. Sly going through my least favorite room. Tons of these flying enemies. Did a great job of avoiding them. Didn't even have to kill him. Sly had really wonderful movement through that room. That is a very hard room to optimize, and that was very clean. Loz taking a few damage boosts there. Don't believe all of them were intentional, but that is okay. They are still alive and making their way into the vertical room. If they can manage to get through this room, they should be okay because they've got a health refill not far after. Trying to play it safe here and avoid these enemies in order to not take the death, but it is really difficult to get around these guys without taking damage. Their movement is very erratic. Doing a good job, though, getting around them. Loz playing it safe here, not taking any deaths. Trying not to take any deaths by not taking risks. Sly making their way through the wall pretty cleanly and making their way up to the climb here. Alright, Loz made it through that room, deathless. Very good job, no damage. That's a tough room to not take damage in, so that was definitely very close. Lost a little bit of time, but definitely probably not as much as if they had taken a death. Sly heading up into the climb here. Getting ready for that Cracko fight. Let's see if Cracko is going to be a little bit nicer to our runners this time. Loz down with 1 health, still going for that glitch. Gotta go for the swag strats. Respect that for sure. My runs live and die by the swag strat. That is just the way I speedrun, so I respect the 1 health speed strat, the swag strats. It's a good move. Went for the health refill. They are safe now. Sly getting pretty average RNG through this fight. Nothing too crazy. getting Waddle Dees like every like 2 to 3 attacks roughly, which is pretty good. Helping them keep that lead. Yeah, pretty good fight there from Sly. I would say above average RNG. Got a couple fast Waddle Dees in there, and the ones that weren't were like 2 or 3 away, so not bad at all. See if Loz is going to get good luck here with Cracko. Might help them catch up a little bit. Sly going in to Mount DDD. Heading into that Castle Lala fight. You'll notice all the runners, pretty much, except for the ones who are doing RNG manip, will go for this level first, just because you spawn slightly closer to this door than any of the rest. Alright, Sly had the setup for double hits, but decided to play it safe and save their health, which is not a bad move in DDD. Loz getting okay RNG here from Cracko. Nothing to write home about, but got a couple fast hits there at the end, which was good. So they're going to be about 1 refight behind, making it into DDD, which is totally still manageable. They could totally still clutch this out and take it. Alright, got a pretty clean fight there from Sly. No double hits, but still a clean fight. Loz heading into Mount DDD now. See if they're able to make up any time with some double hits on this refight. Ooh, Sly going for the Gordo skip there, getting a damage boost off of that enemy in order to use your iframes to get right through that Gordo. That is a very tight skip. If you miss it, you lose 3 health, because those Gordos will do 3 damage. So it's definitely risky, but saves a little bit of time, and it sure looks pretty cool. Seems like Sly's taken some of those risky strats, given that they know they've got at least 1 more game if they were to lose their run due to some of those strats. Loz getting pretty good Lala refight there. Heading into Cracko now. Sly getting pretty good Cracko RNG. Might make it a little difficult for Loz to catch up with their Cracko. They're going to need to get pretty competitive RNG here. Alright, Sly making it out of that Cracko fight with pretty decent RNG. So far, this has been a pretty good game for Sly with their RNG. Getting the swag jump over that little gap there. Loz getting decent RNG on Cracko here as well. Glad Cracko decided to be a little bit nicer to our runners in this game. Yeah, I'd say it was pretty good RNG there from Loz as well, so at least it will not hold them back. Looks like they've actually been making up a little bit of time, given that they are getting into the Kabula refight. Sly is almost done with Kabula here. Decided to play a little safe, playing far back. Not a bad move for DDD. Alright, Sly is going into the Wispy refight as Loz is going right into fight Kabula right now. This is a very close race still. Depending on how DDD goes, this is still anyone's race. Anybody could win this. Alright, Sly getting good RNG there from Wispy, not getting any wind. No wind at all, perfect RNG from Wispy. We'll see if Wispy's going to be as nice as Loz. Oh, nope, I lied, there's the wind cycle. Alright, looks like Loz might have taken an intentional death there in order to get a health refill. I think they took an unintentional damage in the beginning and then just said, I should just get a health refill, and did the death there. Sly going into DDD now. Getting a couple hits in the beginning here. Loz going into the Wispy refight. Still has a chance to catch up, but depending on Sly's RNG here, which has been pretty good so far. Sly getting a lot of hits on DDD. Still very good health as well. They have plenty of buffer in case they take some damage. Loz getting terrible Wispy RNG there. That was a ton of wind. Definitely not gonna help them catch up. It looks like this might be Sly's game. Loz heading into DDD as well. Sly getting terrible RNG. Never know. Could have a chance for Loz to catch up here. Sly taking a little bit of damage there. Sly's getting terrible RNG here from the end of DDD. Giving Loz a little bit of a window to catch up here. Loz definitely getting more hits in. Sly is just getting tons of runs today. Lots of dives and lots of inhales. All right, this looks like it's going to be it for Sly. All right, and it looks like that is going to be match point for Sly. Sly finished with an official SRL time of 13:06. Definitely a rough DDD there at the end. Terrible RNG, but they still managed to clutch it out and take the game. So GG to Sly. Loz is almost done with DDD here. Only got 2 hits left. Alright, Loz has got 1 hit left on DDD. Looks like just missed that hammer due to the low health, unfortunately. But they're about to get this last hit. And there it is. Last hit on DDD. Final SRL time for Loz is a 13:55. That is a 6-second PB for Loz. Let's see some hype in the chat. Loz just got a PB in the race, everybody. That's super exciting. We love to see those race PBs. There is nothing better than getting PB in an event like this and getting to post that on the leaderboard. So hype for Loz. Super great job. See if they want to come in and do some interview. All right, looks like we're about to get some of the runners in here to give us some commentary. Looks like Sly will be joining us here in just... Right, we are just getting Loz and Sly ready to get in here and do some after-race commentary about how that went for them. Excited to hear about Loz's PB, so hold on just one moment. We'll get them in here. We should have Loz and Sly in here in just a few moments. We're just trying to get the sound levels checked out, so just hold on a minute or two and we will have some nice after-race commentary for you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us and watching the race and hanging out on speed gaming with us. Much appreciated.
Hello.
All right, it looks like we got Sly in here and Loz as well. Thank you to both of you so much for joining us.
Thanks for supporting us.
That was a very close race in both of those. You guys were both in DDD at the same time with both of those races, and honestly, like with RNG, it could have gone either way. And Sly, you got awful RNG on that last DDD fight.
I don't want to talk about it. I was feeling so good, and he just kept dragging on. It's oof.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
Laz, you got really close to catching up there, especially at the end. You had a pretty good DDD RNG. Second there, I thought Laz was just going to overtake it due to the DDD RNG.
Yeah.
My DDD at the start for the second round was not too bad, and then he threw out like 3 or 4 sucks in a row, and and I almost died.
Yeah, it was super close. And with that last hammer hit that he gave you, you were like barely out of that hitbox too. You played that super close, but you did it and you clutched it out. And congrats on the PB, by the way. That's super exciting.
Yeah, congrats. Yeah, but oh my god, the first race, the first round was awful.
Yeah, man,
I keep thinking about it. Yeah.
I died on the first stage by accident by landing on a bear in the last room before it went Wispy.
I had every bad RNG and finished with 139 plus on my run.
Yikes!
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, you guys both got pretty bad RNG in that first run too. You guys both had bad Crackos, and the DDDs were like pretty whatever. So that was like definitely a bit of a rough one for the.
For the last 4 minutes, I was looking at the room, waiting for the lows that's finished in first place, and it didn't come. And I just realized, oh my god, it's even worse. That was terrifying.
Yeah, it was pretty silly. Though I will say it is nice when both runners get good or both runners get bad RNG, which was kind of fun to see because you both got pretty hosed with the RNG in that first round. But then in second round, you guys both got pretty decent RNG for most of the fights. So like it was pretty funny that both rounds you guys were like pretty much on point with each other.
Yeah. Well, it made for close races, so that's good.
Yeah.
But,
hope it was at least enjoyable for everybody watching.
I'm sure everyone enjoyed
kind of a mess.
I enjoyed watching it. It was definitely a fun race. You guys kept it really close. Like through the whole race, through both of them, no one knew who was gonna win. It was pretty close throughout. So like definitely a good race. Thank you guys for putting on such a fun race for us.
Well, you're welcome. That's good. But the memories will never leave. Oh, that 149. Oof.
And on the bright side, at least you don't have a 1351 for best time.
Yeah.
I lost 26 seconds on my DDD. I just realized.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And you still got the
DDD.
I was 32 and a half ahead entering the DDD fight, and I left 5.7 ahead.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Ah. DDD.
Yeah, DDD was not nice to you guys today. I could not believe your DDD, Sly. You got like 7 or 8 runs and sucks in a row. I was like, when does this happen? This never happened.
It never happened before. And it came back. I was looking and just thought, okay, I'm losing this one. And no, it decided to be kind of a douche for everyone. So that's good.
Yeah, it definitely kind of worked out in your favor there that both of you ended up getting not great with the DDD. Like, your end RNG was good, Laz, but like in the beginning, DDD was giving you quite a few runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he switched.
Yeah.
He switched player. Well.
All right, well, do you guys have any final thoughts or anything you want to throw out there? Any plugs or anything?
No.
Catch me in the Nightmare and Dreamland race, because I'm way better at that game.
Oh, tight.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll do good.
Well then, catch me in KDL 2 when I decide to jump back on a Game Boy game in 20 years.
Well, yeah, definitely have to check out that Nightmare and Dreamland race. Yeah. That tournament sounds cool. So thanks for throwing that out there for sure. And yeah, GG to both of you. That was fun.
Well, thanks.
And thank you.
All right. Well, I think that just about ties it up. Unless you guys got anything else you want to throw out there.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it. Don't have anything else. You, Lars?
No, really just best of luck to the remainder of the runners.
Yeah.
Because
And,
now
GG
I'm
again.
eliminated, so best of luck to you too, Sally.
Thanks. And GG, we did what we could with what we were given.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, and thanks for being on this tournament, Laws. It was nice to be able to jump in and commentate a couple of your races. So yeah, it was. We'll definitely have to keep up with with Kirby races.
Yeah, sure. Well, well then I guess thanks for having us. And yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you guys for joining me for some interviews here at the end. That's always fun. And yeah, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess that just about ties things up for the Kirby's DreamLand Cracko Crushing Tournament race between Sly and Laws here. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat and to everybody who joined us just to watch, lurking at home or at work. Definitely keep an eye out. We got some more races coming up this week. Looks like we got another race going on tonight at 8 p.m. We have one, and that's going to be on Speed Gaming 3. We've got a race on Saturday at 7 p.m. and then Sunday we have 3 races, 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m., and 9 p.m. So make sure you keep tuned in to Speed Gaming for those. Those will be on one of the Speed Gamings, probably 1 through 4. So keep an eye out for that. And thank you again so much to everyone for joining us today for the tournament. Thanks so much to Speed Gaming for hosting this and having us on. Sorry for technical difficulties again, and thanks to Speed Gaming for being cool about that. And also, thank you to the great Todd Band for organizing this whole tournament and bringing us all together to play some great Kirby's Dreamland. So yeah, and yeah, just thanks for having me. And if you like weird GameCube games, you can watch me run Fairly Odd Parents Shadow Showdown on the GameCube on my channel. But yeah, besides that, I guess have a great rest of your Friday, and thanks for tuning in to the Kirby's Dreamland tournament and Speed Gaming.